Alright, so, true story, I meant to cover a review series for not Harry Potter, sorry, I gotta catch up with the Harry Potter review series, but last year, when Diary of Wimpy Kid, the reboot animated one that's on Disney Plus, was coming out, I meant to cover a review series and prep for it. That pretty much backfired, mainly, and for obvious reasons, because I was moving to Florida from Vegas, and of course, I've made vlog videos, well, mainly two about that, if I recall. But, since the second one has now been out on Disney Plus, and I haven't even seen the trailer, or even covered a trailer reaction for it. I was planning on to, but then I thought, I'm just gonna go in blind. I technically know what's gonna happen, right? I've read the book, I've seen the live-action movie, so, yeah, but, still though, I would also have I would have my book series here, mainly just the first two, since I'm pretty much gonna be doing a double movie review on pretty much, each movie now that we have 6, if we include the 2 Wimpy Kid movies that are on Disney Plus now. Sadly, I don't have them with me. And wanna know why I don't have them with me? Because they're stuck in Florida in my closet. Well, how did they get there in the first place? My Nana brought like half of my stuff there because she thought I was going to be living with him, but no, that wasn't the case. But sadly, my dad's just too lazy to mail back all of my stuff here. And so I now have to wait until June, summer, basically wait 6 to 7 months, and like I pretty much have to wait until summer when I go visit him just to bring half my stuff back. How am I gonna do that? I don't know. He just won't mail it because it'll be expensive, which I don't know how mailing works. So though, in the meantime, I'm pretty much gonna have to use this, and you're not gonna like what I'm gonna bring out, but I have a good reason for why I have this. I can explain. For those of you that hate this movie for obvious reasons, feel free to just let out your anger in the comments down below. The only reason I have this is because I like to collect movies. The only reason I have this is because I like to collect movies. I'm a collector, alright? I have all the Transformers movies. Yes, no one likes the 4th one or 5th one from what I know and all that, but like just... So though, I can understand for one reason why y'all don't like this, recast. I prefer the OGs and all that, but still though, once I watch the movie, I shall see what is up with this movie, because I kind of liked it, but once I rewatch it, I may have a changed opinion. Who knows? But anyways, enough chit chat. Let's get on with the review, shall we? Hello everyone, welcome back to another movie review on the channel. Well, technically a double movie review. So yeah, there's gonna be separate videos, but I figured screw it. Since we now have like 6 movies, I might as well do double movie reviews for each one. And, this is mainly gonna fall down, like, is there? Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. Now, I would be making my month review right now, or my Harry Potter 6 review right now, or make a TikTok compilation for July or August, or any other video right now, but, since I just finished watching Roderick Rules, I figured I might as well just make my review right now. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I postponed it to tomorrow, which would technically be today. And I did took notes for, alright, hold on, let me just grab, give me a sec. I did took notes, as I did for the Harry Potter movies, and, right now, I don't have notes for the second one, so I'm pretty much gonna have to go off script on that one, which shouldn't be too hard, but honestly, you know what? I don't think I need this, since I know what I gotta say. Okay, I'll have this with me, just in case. But anyways, with that being said, let's get on with the first movie, which would be Diary of a Wimpy Kid, that came out in 2010. And what year did I saw this? Probably between 2014 and 2015. That's because I highly doubt it'd be 2016 or 13. It could have been 2013. Then again, I don't know. I remember it was just one of those years of when I saw all 3 movies. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to try to go off script for once. So, I don't remember how I ended up falling in love with the Diary of Wimpy Kid franchise, whether it was because of the books or the movies, but funny story about the books. One day, I'm just shopping with my mom. Wait, is that? Hold up, where is that bit? No, that's in the first bit. I'm sorry, just double checking. Oh god, maybe going off script may not be a good idea. I think it was probably the movies that ended up making. I mean, I was aware of the books, just never read them, but just looked through pages, since that's what I like to do. I like to look through the pages, mainly the pictures in the pages. And Diary of Wimpy Kid had those, like, and just for example, this book that I'm still reading here, this has no pages. It's just words. That was what I liked to do back then. But now that I know how to read, so yeah, I can now read a book, whether it has pages or not. But still, though. So yeah, after watching the movie, I ended up loving it, and yeah, I then started liking the books. Not that I didn't like them or that they didn't catch my interest, but I'm glad that I am a big Dire Wimpy Kid fan, because let's just say that this is my shit. Nah, that didn't come out right. I am gonna need to bleep that out though. And funny story about the books. So one day, I'm just grocery shopping with my mom in Walmart, but as she's buying groceries, I so happened to have the Dire Wimpy Kid book. I don't know why I had that in the store with me, now that I think about it. But as she's buying groceries, I'm just reading it as if I knew how to read. Probably because of school. That could be the case. But seriously though, I kind of got a little freaked out. I'm like, oh my, did I just read that? I didn't know I could read. I thought I was bad at it. Like, seriously though, I kind of freaked myself that I pretty much knew how to read. And again, it's probably because of school, because you could learn in school. Okay, I don't know what. Moving on. But with that being said, I'm a massive Dire Wimpy Kid fan, okay? Like, I have some nostalgic moments with the movies, the main trilogy, I mean, before I found out they were making a fourth one in 2017. I pretty much love the Dire Wimpy Kid books, and I have every single Dire Wimpy Kid book. Literally, I've collected every single one, including the Riley Jefferson ones. I think, no way, the 3 are stuck in Florida. Damn it! So literally, I collected every single book, whether it was part of the series or just do-it-yourself book, which I have like probably 2 or 3 of those. Why do I have 2 or 3 of them? As much as I'm obsessed with the Harry Potter books / movies, well, technically I've never read the books, so I would have to just say movies. But just as much as I'm obsessed with Harry Potter, Dire Wimpy Kid is somewhere in that same category. But if you're thinking that I prefer Dire Wimpy Kid over Harry Potter, no. Harry Potter's better than this, but if anything, they're equal in my book, since I'm obsessed with both. Now, how did I end up watching these movies? Like I said, it was either in between 2014 or 2015. That's what I'm feeling. It could have been 2013 or 16. I highly doubt it was 2016. It could have been 13, 14, and 15. Somewhere around those years. I was with my dad around the time, and I mainly watched them on my dad's laptop. I'm not gonna lie, after watching Dire Wimpy Kid, I pretty much wanted to turn my life into Greg Hevley's, like, just base my life into his, because I was obsessed with it. And how was I obsessed with it? I'll give you one good example. I tried bringing the cheese touch to life. I tried to turn that into an actual thing at my elementary school. I remember just bringing cheese to school, and just once recess is happening, I would then sneak the cheese outside and just stick it on the ground. I literally tried to make it into a real thing. But that backfired a couple of times because school janitors just clean everything outside and inside. But still, that's how much obsessed I was with the Dire Wimpy Kid movies. Especially when I asked my mom to get me a diary journal, which, speaking of which, this diary journal that I'm talking about now, this is not the one that I got years ago. I still have it. I actually got like 3 of them. One of them is duct tape, because I wanted to have colorful ones, since they sadly didn't have colorful ones, but just red. I tried to figure something out about that, and I pretty much had left no choice but to stuck with. I'll make a separate video of that one day, but not where I talk about what I wrote in here. Okay, this is top secret information. All right, no one's getting your hands. Just so though, but I will tell you this: in my journals over there, I would just copy the art style that Jeff Kinney used for his books, because again, that's how much obsessed I was. Now eventually I stopped doing that and just used my normal art skills. But clearly I did not understood the difference between elementary school and middle school, because this was all happening while I was in elementary school. He started having a diary when he was in middle school. And speaking about middle school, yeah, it pretty much may have been the worst years of my life. Get that reference there? Alright, enough chit chat. Time with my actual thoughts with the movie. So, which I'm just gonna use it for this bit. I'm sorry. I'm probably doing alright just going off script. I don't know, but just. Alright, let's just get on with it. So, what are my general thoughts on the movie? Of course, I liked it and still do to this day. And as I get older and would sometimes rewatch it, I then understood some bits that I was confused about when I first watched it as a little kid. But my opinion has changed, and it would actually be my only negative that I got for this movie, thanks to Sean Chandler, who talks about movie way too much. Thanks to him pointing out something that I was not aware of, but then realizing, oh wow, he's got a good point about this. And that is, Greg Hevley is totally selfish in this movie. But at least that's my only nitpick with this movie. least I think so. I don't know. But what are my positives for this movie? Obviously, I love Greg and Riley's friendship in this movie, and you could say that I like the cast for this movie for obvious reasons. But yeah, this movie is pretty much just perfection, and it does its source material justice. Now that I think about it, I think Die Wimpy Kid is like the only thing that I can like say like, are the books better or the movies better? Since I pretty much have read every single book, and there's sadly only like 4 movies based off of the books. I would have preferred live action movies, yet we're stuck with animation on Disney Plus. But since it's gonna be on Disney Plus, let's just hope that the next one, if they're even gonna make a third one, is gonna be the last straw. Since technically for the third one they just did Last Straw and Dog Days into one, like combined the 2 into one movie. At least that's what I know when I read one of the behind the scenes books. There's a book that shows behind the scenes of the trilogy. It's pretty much one of the best kids movies we've ever done, and we can relate to this a little bit since we can all agree that not only was middle school kind of embarrassing, but the worst years of our lives. Please tell me you got that reference. Still though, I enjoy this movie despite getting a little annoyed with Greg being selfish in this movie, but next 2 are a whole lot better, which we'll pretty much be talking about those in the next double movie review. Actually, technically I'm talking about... I'm an idiot. But since I barely have any nitpicks for this movie, I might as well talk about my favorite scenes from the movie. Starting with the backstory of one of the greatest villains in movie history, the Cheese Touch. Alright, jokes aside though, I dug the backstory of the Cheese Touch, and for the real bad guys of the movie, it would just be those teenagers that Greg and Riley encounter during Halloween, which we'll get to that part later. But another favorite scene of mine would be when Rodrick is literally trying to kill Greg since he was in his room. And what's funny about the scene is as soon as he goes to the bathroom, he accidentally pees on Rodrick as he gets jump scared. And not gonna lie to you, I didn't saw it coming watching this as a kid. And there's probably gonna be too much information, but you know that one little tiny bit, like during that scene, he just says this as soon as he just goes number 1.
Move over! I'm dying!
That's pretty much what I do every time when I need to go after holding it too long. Don't hold it too long or else you'll have a bladder infection. But anyways, now on with the Halloween scene. Probably my most favorite because I have a thing with just Halloween related stuff with that's in like movies or episodes. But anyways, the Halloween scene. Probably the best part I enjoy from watching this movie when Greg and Riley are just getting chased by the teenagers and then getting scared about the devil worshippers. God, I love Halloween. Imagine if these 2 kiddos were chased by Michael Myers. Although I do feel bad for the kids that got soaked by Greg's dad. And I'm implying about both Greg and Riley and that little girl that was in that backstory of what happened last year. As the mom mentioned something about what happened the last... Still though, I just felt bad for those kiddos. But man, I was heartbroken when Greg and Riley's friendship had pretty much just fallen apart. And Riley did have a good reason to stop being friends with Greg since... Again, he was pretty selfish in this movie, but just, I don't know how to explain it, but, like, he had a good reason. But at least they became friends again later in the end. And speaking about the end, watching this scene as the teenagers have finally gotten Greg and Riley was really suspenseful for me as a kid. But what was honestly hard to watch was when they made Riley eat the Cheese Touch. And let me tell you, it was brutal. And it still is to this day. I've already seen this like countless of times, and it is still brutal just seeing these guys torture this poor kid. And I'll admit, I got a little annoyed when Greg had touched the Cheese Touch, and I'm like, damn it, I guess it was bound to happen for him to touch the Cheese Touch. But it doesn't matter because he took a massive W just doing that just to save his best friend. So, dubs in the chat, boys. Now, those are just my thoughts with Die Wimpy Kid. I enjoyed this as a kid, and still do. Thanks to this, I became a massive fan of Die Wimpy Kid, and for my rating, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Anyways, now that's all the way... Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to... Well, I'm screwed. Alright, so I originally went kind of off script, just basically tried to come up with my own thoughts, but I just cut that out, and it's a good thing that I took my entire day, that I took all day just to write this, and I would go off script for this one, but I think I'm just gonna speedrun this because it's a lot more easier for me. Anyways, on my thoughts with Roderick Rules. Like I said last time, I don't know how I ended up liking Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but if I had to guess, I think it was because of the movies, and thanks to the movies, I wanted to read the books, and I've collected every single one. And sadly, they were all stuck inside a box, inside my closet, at my dad's house in Florida. Damn you, Dad! And the reason my dad won't mail all my stuff back to me is because it's too expensive. Well, too expensive, my ass. As I was saying, I think I saw all 3 Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies somewhere between 2014 and 2015, as I mentioned earlier with my thoughts on Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But it could have been 2013, but yeah, after watching the first one, I enjoyed it, but didn't think that a sequel existed, because I honestly wanted more. And then my dad surprised me by putting on the movie on his laptop. I thought I was watching the first one again, but my jaw dropped to the ground when I had realized that, oh my god, this is a sequel! This is an actual sequel! I basically found out that Roderick Rules and Dog Days existed thanks to Dan, and I could not be more happier about it, because I wanted more Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. Like, seriously though, I literally want to see all the books turn into movies. And technically, Dog Days, like, they combined The Last Straw and Dog Days into one for the third one, which... Interesting choice there. And I will say this, I pretty much had an issue when they decided to use the long haul as the 4th one, when technically Dog Days is the 4th one. They could have maybe done, like, I don't know, we shall see if Disney will do a better job, since we did got Roderick Rules recently, and let's hope that the 3rd one is going to be the last straw, if we will even get a 3rd one. I don't even know how many, I mean, I'm hoping we'll get more movies, because I'm hoping they'll do a better job, but, you know what, I'll say my thoughts once I talk about both Diary of a Wimpy Kid films on Disney+. Because, let's just say, I got a grudge against the new ones. All of my general thoughts with Roderick Rules. So, as I see everyone else's rankings for all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies, they all would put Roderick Rules as #1, and I never understood why until I rewatched it, and... yeah, I can now see why this is the best Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie. It freaking rules. So yeah, I'm honestly surprised about it, but I will now agree with everyone about it. Now, I had my criticisms with the last one, but for this one, I don't even know if I have any criticisms with this one. I enjoyed every single minute of this movie because it's surprisingly a superior sequel. Or in other words, it's surprisingly good. I mean, I enjoyed it, but like, as I'm now older and a little mature, well, maybe not really, I can be childish sometimes. Yeah, I can now understand. I'm just like, oh, wow, that's really, really good. I enjoyed the party scene, the church scene, and the roller skate scene. Literally, I enjoyed everything about this movie. But the best part overall is just Greg and Roderick bonding with each other. And the last one, Roderick just tortured Greg, since big brothers like to pick on little brothers, but little brothers also like to torture their big brothers. Oh my god, I dropped my ring. I'm looking at you, Manny. But in this one, we get to see them work together and actually get along with each other, as they now gotta lie to their parents about the party, and, well, we all know how that ended. I might as well just talk about my favorite scenes from this movie, starting with Greg finally having a love interest, and that is Holly Hills, played by Peyton List, who we've seen in Bunked in multiple episodes. But we've also seen her as Tori in Cobra Kai Season 2 to 5. But seriously though, I enjoy seeing these two on screen together. Even when Greg is getting humiliated in embarrassing situations, like, for example, this.
It isn't what it looks like. It isn't. It's chocolate. Chocolate. See?
It's chocolate. See? But once we have this party at the Heffley's house, we kind of get to know Roderick a little bit, as he's kind of similar to his brother Greg, if you get what I mean. But you also care about him as you get to know him later on in the movie, even though we don't like seeing him torture his little brother Greg a lot. But seriously though, the best parts of this entire movie are just Greg and Roderick together on screen. Literally, they carry the movie. But I don't know what was funny. When Roderick had taken over the roller skate to ruin Greg's chances with Holly, or when he embarrassed him in front of everyone with that poop prank. No, yeah, it was definitely the poop prank. That was a lot more funnier. Plus, it was kind of a little traumatizing. I don't know why I found it a little traumatizing, but why don't I find more traumatizing? When you're locked in the girl's bathroom. Oh, speaking about that. That scene where Greg is trying to obtain his diary back before Roger can give it to Holly while being in his undies has to be one of my favorite scenes of this entire movie. But seriously though, it was kind of traumatizing for me just seeing Greg get trapped in the bathroom with old women. Ugh. Don't want to be in that situation. But remember when I said that in the last movie, Greg took a massive dub saving his best friend about eating the cheese touch? Well, he takes another dub as he gets to have his big brother perform in the talent show by being Riley's assistant for this magic act. And it was funny but awesome seeing the two of them perform in the talent show. But yeah, Greg took another massive W. And, oh crap, looks like I forgot to write down, like, basically, those are just my thoughts and all that blah blah blah. And, this I could go off script for. I'm gonna need to pick that up later. But those are just my thoughts with Roderick Rules. I can now see why it's the best one. Now, I would prefer Dog Days because that's my personal favorite. But if I were to be ranking all of them, I'm definitely gonna be putting Roderick Rules on there. And what will be my rating for Roderick Rules? Oh, it's gonna be a 9 out of 10. Like, come on, it's easily one of the best Dire Wimpy Kid movies. Hell, I might as well give it a 10 out of 10. But I'm gonna be fair with my ratings, so for now, it's a 9 out of 10. Because if anything, I'm giving that 10 out of 10 rating for Dog Days. Oh, damn, I should have given that away. But what is going to be my rating for the long haul? We shall find out about that once I watch that tonight. I've already watched Dog Days. As I was up watching that last night, and I sadly fell asleep watching Miss Marvel episode 3 and 4, because I was up, like, I really gotta stop staying up late. This is killing me. With that being said, those are just my thoughts with both Dire Wimpy Kid films. Now, stay tuned for my double movie review for Dog Days, but also the long haul, because, okay, I can understand. Again, I understand why y'all would hate this movie and just then would be pissed at me for why do you have the long haul? It's one of the worst Dire Wimpy Kid movies ever made. I get what y'all saying, but just know, I just like to collect every single one, even though they are just bad and you would consider them uncanon to the franchise and all that. But just once I see it tonight, I will see if I'll be agreeing with y'all or disagreeing, because I liked it, but as I'm now older, will my opinion change? We shall find out. Well, we're going to find out about that tonight once I watch on Disney Plus. But, as always, I'll see you guys in the next double movie review. Peace out. Also, I would die to have a blue diary journal, except, I don't know if I've already mentioned this, because I had to cut out, like, a bunch of footage, as I did originally record my thoughts on Roderick Rules, but then just deleted that bit, and this is my redo, which is... Why do we not have colorful diary journals? We're stuck with red. Like, I would kill to have every single diary journal that are the colors of the Dire Wimpy Kid books. Well, that's a missed opportunity. That's never going to be explored. Anyways, bye!